FS official. Don't start it, don't start it,
FS, everything there.
Eric, how are you? Hello, how are you? You well?
Eric, there's label for you guys up there. Some label, FS, home team, away team, away team.
Who's that guy with the black mask?
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome live to the Bishan Stadium for Singapore Premier League action between the Lion City Sailors and the Young Lions. Both sides suffering contrasting fortunes last time out. The Sailors going down in a 5-goal thriller at Albirex Niigata. The Young Lions coming up with their first win of the season in a hard-fought 2-1 success against Tanjung Pagar United. So the Sailors, for them, it's been a stop-start beginning to the campaign, stretching back to the early part of the year before the COVID suspension. They really do need to start stringing a consecutive run of results together if they want to try and challenge for the title, which of course took an interesting turn 24 hours ago when Tampines got the better of Albirex Niigata by 2-0. As for the Young Lions, they'll be looking to repeat their feat from last season when they avoided the wooden spoon. And plenty for us to look forward to. So this pitch is 6th against 7th. A look at the league table shows you that Tampines retaking top spot after that win against Albirex yesterday. How impressive was that? Jordan Webb coming up with yet another man of the match performance. The Young Lions down in 7th, but they'll be buoyed about that win, and they'll know a win here will take them above the Lion City Sailors, though no question. The Lion City Sailors will start big favourites here this afternoon. There you can see just the one clean sheet in the last 4 games, and that came here 2 matches ago when they beat Geylang by 4-0. But no consistency there as we look at their player to watch. And big news this morning in the Straits Times. I'm sure you'll have read that Sungul Yong is getting his PR application sorted out, and he has got... Many years ago, not speaking a lick of English, he now can speak English well. He knows how to sing, by the way, the Singapore national anthem. So that is commitment for you in terms of his ambition to play for the Singapore national side. And the man who knows Singapore football so well at this point in time will surely be a welcome addition to the national setup. As for the Young Lions, well, no clean sheets, which is a concern, but they stopped that rod of 4 straight losses with a win against Tanjung Pagar. And keep an eye out for Shaira Nizam Mazlan, just 16 years of age, scored his first ever goal in professional football in that 2-1 win against Tanjung Pagar last time out, getting the winning goal after Jacob Marler had got the Young Lions on the board. There was a rumour doing the rounds, by the way, when I arrived here a couple of hours back, that Ilhan Fandi, who's currently on national service, might make an appearance, but that is not the case. So if you were listening to those rumours about Ilhan Fandi participating in this one, it's not the case. But they have got a young gun in young Shaira Nizam Mazlan, who will be looking to make it 2 games straight amongst the goal scorers. So we've seen the key players. We're almost set for action. Let's catch up with the thoughts of the 2 managers. We will hear from Nasri Nasir, but before we hear from the Young Lions coach, here is Aurelio Vidmar, the Lions City Sailors head coach.
You be making any major changes tactically today?
No, look, I've been happy the way we've been going, and I don't see it necessary to keep changing tactics all the time. We've got to continue to do what we're doing and continue to do it better and continue to do it for longer periods.
And lastly, Sharan is back from injury. Yep. Will we be seeing him, and how important is he to the team?
Well, everyone's important. We have, I think now 10 games starting from today, 10 games in 35 days. That's going to be a very, very big ask for us. A game every 3.5 days, and that's not easy. So everyone will be getting a lot of game time.
Okay, Coach, morale must be high in the squad after last week's win. Are you confident of getting a result today?
I think it's very good to get a result last week. I think it's, as I said, in players, winning is always, you always bring the moral up, bring the confidence up. Okay, last week with a win, it helped the team in terms of their belief in what they have. Okay, of course, today's game basically will be a different ball game. Okay, knowing Lion City Sailor, they are very experienced team. Okay, there are a lot of national players in the team. But I believe that with my team I have, with the young squad, with the last week performance, I'm looking at them to do the same performance what they did last week, and also to believe in what they are doing and to trust their teammate. And again, don't have to worry about the result. Important thing is the players' performance. That's why I'm looking at it.
So what will be your approach for today's game?
I think there's not much. I wouldn't say that we have to be. I'm sure that they have individual players. They are quite good. They are attacking players. They are very attacking minded team. Okay, players like Hafiz, Gabriel, if you have to come in the second half, because Tipe as a striker, and then Song basically one of the players. So I can look at it. They are, as I said, they have been playing for the league for many years. The experience. Again, as I said, we're not going to sit back and wait. Go for the counter attack. That's what we're going to do. One of the things, and of course, we try to play our normal game, but just have to be more confident. Just be more careful with the players. Individual players, they must know their responsibility, what they have to do as an individual and also as a team.
So Nasri Nasir doing a sterling job, stepping into the breach vacated by Fandi Ahmed at the end of last season. And let's see if his young Lions can pull off what would be the shock of the season so far by beating the Lion City Sailors, who themselves have been on the wrong end of some surprising scorelines. I don't think many people expected them to fail to beat Tanjung Pagar back in March. And of course, they followed that up with a 4-0 thrashing at the hands of Tampines Rovers. So our match officials, you can see them already out on the pitch. Jansen Fu, the man in the middle, assisted by Manoj Kalwani and Mohamed Shafiq Jufri. Hope they have a good game. The standard of officiating has been of a very high standard since the COVID return. While we point the finger at players trying to keep up their match fitness, the match officials of the Football Association of Singapore have been doing us proud. There are the Lion City Sailors, their home stadium this at Bishan. We'll give you the team news in a minute, but there are 3 changes. And as you heard Naz in his pre-match interview with Aurelio Vidmar, Shardan Suleiman is back in the matchday squad, but only fit enough, in the coach's opinion, for a start on the bench. So the Sailors are ready for action there. You can see wearing number 29, Stipe Plazabat, leading goal scorer in the division with 7. 2 of them coming for the Sailors in that demolition job against Geylang here a couple of matches back. And here are the Lion City Sailors, led out by their skipper, Jacob Marler. A big test for them today. Physically, they seem to match up well to the Lion City Sailors. And I'm being told, by the way, there's a late change for the... Let me just check that I've got this right. Yes, it's a big blow for the Lion City Sailors. Late team news. We were going to confirm the teams for you in a moment. But I'm being told... Oh, no, it's a team change for the young Lions. Sharonizam Mazlan, the 16-year-old we were talking about, he is out. Idraki Adnan is in, so that's a bitter disappointment for Sharonizam, injured in the warm-up. I thought for a minute it would be Song Yong who would be missing, but that's a blow. So they're already missing an injured player early. We'll try and get word to you on what happened with Sharonizam, but he is out, and stepping in to a starting berth is Idraki Adnan. That's not the start, I'm sure, that Nasri Nasir wanted for the afternoon. The referee just about manages to catch the coin before it hits the deck. And we are now just seconds away from the action live here on the Singapore Premier League's social media channel, Singtel Star Hub, One Play Sports, bringing you all the very best action to keep you connected with Singapore Premier League football during these tough COVID times. Another game kicking off at the same time as this. We'll keep you updated with Tanjung Pagar and Hougang as well. There's the Lion City Sailors. They make 3 changes to the team that lost at Albirex Nagata. In comes Kaishu Yamazaki for his start post-COVID. Gabriel Quack is in the starting 11, as is Haikal Pasha. And on the bench, you can see, as we heard from Aurelio Vidmar on our pre-match interview, Shardan Suleiman back in the matchday squad. Adam Swandi is an impact player off the bench, certainly. No place for a couple of players in what is a very rich squad. Something of a surprise, I think, for many, that there's no Sharil Ishak. I'm only assuming that might be injury. For the young Lions, well, prior to that late injury problem, they only made 1 change, and it was in goal. Noor Shafiq stepping in between the sticks for the young Lions, to the team that got that first win of the season last time out. But as we've been telling you, initially on the team sheet was Sharonizam Mazlan. He has been replaced in a late change by Adraki. So hold on to your hats. I think we could be getting plenty of goals in the Singapore Premier League this afternoon across the 2 games. They're both live on Singtel Star Hub, Singapore Premier League social media channels, and One Play Sports. Aurelio Vidmar in the denim will be looking for a response, I think, from his team after the disappointment they suffered at Jurong East last week. There is Nasri Nasir, who's got a big tactical job on. As we get underway with the Lion City Sailors in the white and blue, playing from left to right, and the young Lions in the red, playing from right to left. And straight away, the skipper is all over that, Jacob Marler. Heads it firmly out of harm's way. They get it back to Abdil. You can see already it looks like a 4-4-2 for the young Lions, trying to keep it disciplined. They'll be times, I think, when the Lion City Sailors would just opt for the 2 at the back, as they are doing right now. Square ball, looks to try and pick out Saifullah. Look at the space as the young Lions stand off them. Just trying to keep their shape and zones on the pitch to prevent the young Lions from slicing through them, as they did a couple of times against Geylang. The ball there was looking for the run of Gabriel Quack, but it was met very well by the head of Shabib. Free kick, though, which they take quickly. Here's Gabriel Quack with 2 red shirts around him. Manages to find a way through it, but can't get it past Jacob Marler. And now a first chance for the young Lions to break, and they've got numbers forward here. Spread out to the right-hand side by Amaral. Amaral gets it back. Will he pull the trigger? Amaral, he will. First shot at anger, and it goes to the visitors. And that just goes to show, as we heard from Nasri Nasir pre-match, that counter-attack will be a genuine proposition for them here. And it is positive and encouraging from their point of view. They did manage to get a shot away on goal, albeit from a long way out. And it will have to be much better than that to beat Singapore's #1 Hassan Sunny, who continues, of course, between the sticks for the Lion City Sailors. They take the throw in short, and they'll win a free kick for their trouble there. Committing the foul is Kaishu Yamazaki, who hadn't featured from the start in the first 2 Lion City Sailors games back from the COVID suspension. So a chance for the young Lions to work a set piece, and they'll have to make these count. It's a little bit too far out with Nur Adam and Zamani over it for a direct poke at goal, but they can certainly try and drop this on the penalty spot and see if they can get in front of the Lion City Sailors, who are playing a very high line from this. So will it be the in-swinger or the out-swinger? In-swinger option is Nur Adam. The out-swinger option, Zamani. And it's Zamani who delivers it. And it's gathered comfortably by Hassan Sunny. And this is what the Sailors did so well against Geylang here 2 weeks ago, trying to break at pace. Foot on the ball for Song Woo-yong. Song Woo-yong on the drive. He goes down. No foul. Jacob Moller can bring it away for the young Lions, who have made an encouraging start here at the Bishan Stadium. Gabriel Quack trying to twist and turn is Saifullah. And Saifullah does very well, and he's got plenty of options, including a wide open option on that far side. Here's a chance for the Sailors to open the scoring. And the shot was blocked by Shabib. Now they'll try their own luck from range. And just like the young Lions moments before them, their effort from Isdin is quite some way over the bar. He had all the time in the world over on that far side, Haikal. And I don't think he'll be too pleased with the shot he came up with there. But chances at both ends inside the first 4 minutes. Looks like we're going to have an open, attractive game of football here. They're underway at Jurong East. Tanjong Pagar United 0, Hougang United 0. The Jaguars in action there, of course. I erroneously referred to them as the Panthers a couple of weeks back. Blame Wikipedia, not me. And many thanks to the Jaguar force, who I'm sure have got their eyeballs on that game at Jurong East. A great, passionate bunch of fans. We could do with more like them in Singapore. Here's Jacob Marler. Back to Nur Shafiq. Back in between the sticks for the young Lions this afternoon. This is going to drop once more to the man that had the opportunity moments ago. And it's taken off his toes by Jacob Marler. That was a really good challenge, because they look lively there through Haikal. Just starting to build up a monopoly on possession, the Lion City Sailors, and noticeable the young Lions aren't spending too much time trying to press them inside their own half. That have seen what happened to Geylang at times when they had to do that. But going back to that 4-0 game, Geylang themselves had opportunities and, of course, had a red card right in half-time. Gabriel Quack doesn't control it at the first time of asking, manages to keep it in, and Gabriel Quack can drive towards the area. The cross is a good one. It finds a white shirt. It's Haikal again. And once more, just can't manage to get the shot away. He plays it back to Nakirin Yunos, and then they're through here for an opener! And somehow they don't convert. Song Woo-yong with the best opportunity of the game so far. And it doesn't trouble the scorers. Well, they got in behind them very easily there. Sung Yong showed great strength, and I think you have to give a huge amount of credit to the Young Lion defence for that scrambling tackle. He did just enough, did Syed Akmel, to put off Sung Yong. One very convincingly in the air by Tajeli, out for a throw. Rained heavily in Singapore yesterday, and you can see this Bishan surface not as pristine as it sometimes is, particularly in the middle of the park. The penalty areas also look, certainly at the goal mouth that Noor Shafiq is defending in this half, does look to be cutting up somewhat as Naquidin needs to look for an option, finds that option, courtesy of Zaifullah. Gabriel Quack lurking on this near side, just had a shot if they could play the long ball crossfield, but the Young Lions managed to stuff out the threat. Throw into the Sailors then, level with the penalty area. Again to the edge of the area they go, and that shot, they say, got a deflection. Sung Yong convinced it came off a Lion City, the Young Lions foot. And has the referee changed his mind here? I think he has he? Well, he's given a goal kick initially, Jansen Fu, and now he's changed his mind and said corner. So I wonder whether that will come back to haunt the Young Lions. I think he took advice from his assistant referee there, Jansen Fu. Not going to suggest he took advice from Sung Yong. Well, that was let to bounce far too many times. The assistant referee's got his flag up, though. Has he seen a handball in there? I think he may well have done. Stipe Plazabat, first chance to see his goal poaching attributes. Yeah, Stipe Plazabat just bounced up into his arm. Referee didn't give that, the assistant referee did. Good spot over on this near side. Great to see, by the way, after having only been able to name 3 outfield players in the substitutes bench against Tanjung Pagar, the Young Lions have got 5. And welcome to the Singapore Premier League for Amir Hakim, Singapore Youth International, who's joined, having completed his national service. The centre-back, I wonder whether we'll get a chance to see him a little later on. Free kick to the Sailors, their first set-piece opportunity in a dangerous position. And Tajeli is over it with Gabriel Quack. Might be Isdin, actually. Apologies, Isdin with Gabriel Quack. As Cairo Nadim is back helping to form a 2-man wall. So Isdin or Gabriel Quack to deliver. It'll be Isdin with the outswinger. Good delivery. Can they get a head on it? He really is a powerful presence at the back, young Jacob Marler, isn't he? Playing a true captain's role. I think he wanted a free kick there, Jacob Marler, but he didn't get it. And that's a concern because he's over there. Might have fallen awkwardly on that shoulder. And speaking of Singaporean defenders hurting their shoulders, of course, Irfan Fandi for BG Patum, the lead leaders in Thailand, hurt his shoulder quite badly in an inconspicuous challenge, a bit similar to that, and I think he might have copped for one on the head as well from Abdil as he was following through. They were both grabbing onto each other. Meanwhile, back to the live action, and the Sailors get the ball again in the area. Sung Yong really battling, and the Young Lions do manage to get it away, but not very far. That long-range effort easily blocked by the Young Lions, but now Gabriel Quack, who does look like he's got the skills to pay the bills, and that's a lovely ball through, but just too much on it. The idea was nice, but just too much pace on it for Saifullah's run. Gabriel Quack, who's going to have to compete for a starting place here in this expensively assembled Lion City Sailor squad. Aurelio Vidmar has shown already he's not afraid to rotate. I mentioned no place for Shawal Ishak in the matchday squad at all today. I must confess, I'm not privy to any information that he's injured, but they've got the likes of Hafiz Noor, Arshad, Shardan, of course, all on the bench. Adam Swandy as well, who, like Gabriel Quack, is in a similar position. I think they're going to have to constantly fight to get a starting berth in the team. Here's Sung Yong. Spreads it out wide. They're giving plenty of time and space over on that far side to the Lion City Sailors. They cut inside, and that was a very inconspicuous shot come through ball that came to nothing from Haikul. So Nur Shafiq over the goal kick. Sailors trying to press the issue now as Yamazaki gets ahead to it. That's going to go high up in the air, and was he fouled there in the process of trying to get that? Zamani, referee says not. But the Lion City Sailors just struggling to find a way to break through against the Young Lions through the first 12 minutes. They could be in business now, though, because that ball's trying to find Gabriel Quack, headed away well by Shabib, and now they'll get a free kick for that foul in the middle on Saifullah. Worth noting, that 4-0 win here against Geylang was competitive. They were 1-0 up, the Lion City Sailors. When Geylang were reduced to 10 men for the Zainal's foul right on half-time that also led to a penalty. Red card for violent conduct. No hand there. And it'll come out to the loose man who's Isdin. Well, they're really camping out now, aren't they? The Lion City Sailors in the Young Lions territory. Here's Tajeli. They keep trying to find Gabriel Quack, and Gabriel Quack unable to keep that one in. It wasn't the kindest pass to him from Tajeli. And the Young Lions will have to make do with the throw. Shabib. More space as they try and switch play. Nakwidin goes through the middle to find Stipe Plazibat. Haven't seen much from Plazibat to this point, the Croatian. But there's no question he's a goal-scoring machine as they get the ball back to Hassan Sunny, and the Sailors will try and build from the back again. We talk about the Young Lions as if they're perennial wooden spoonists in the Singapore Premier League, but it's not the case. They've only finished bottom of the Singapore Premier League in 3 seasons. Of course, Balestier occupied that place last year. So they do tend to punch above their weight. They're not a team that goes out and gets beat 4 or 5 every week. They do have their successes. Obviously, they've already won 1 game this season. Last year, they managed to finish second from bottom, winning 6 games. And of course, they have got an impressive win against a team that was then known as Home United recently. Gabriel Quack might be able to keep this in. The ball holds up on the sodden turf. Gabriel Quack squares it. It was Liga Stipe Plazibat, and that is an exceptional clearance from Jacob Marler. Not just to get ahead to it to stop Stipe Plazibat from scoring, but the fact that he got ahead to it and it didn't end up in the back of the net as an OG. This is an exemplary piece of defending from the Singapore youngster. Gabriel Quack does brilliantly. The cross is first rate. It was destined to land on Stipe Plazibat's head, and Jacob Marler, how he got contact there and didn't knock it into his own net, I do not know. That is a sensational headed clearance to have the wherewithal to get the head to it first and send it behind for another corner to the Lion City Sailors, their second of the game. Delivery is good, heads are up, and they can't quite get it back into the mixer, and it'll be a goal kick to the Young Lions. But the pressure is certainly starting to mount now. Let's have a look at this. Challenging up for the ball was Yamazaki. Just mentioning those substitutes, of course, for the Young Lions. They initially had 5 outfield players, but as Genius Sports give us an update on the corner count, that number's been reduced by 1 with the late change, with Idraki coming in for the unfortunately injured in the warm-up Shahrul Nizam. Tajeli with the throw. Stipe Plazibat dropping deep. And Tajeli's not been able to keep that in. Well, they are going to create chances here, the Lion City Sailors. But the longer the Young Lions can stay competitive in this, the more frustrated you fancy the Sailors may become. And don't rule out the Young Lions catching them out on the counter. There's a man in the middle waiting for it. That ran is Khairul Nadim. Can't quite get the ball to him yet. And that was well worked out from the back from the Sailors, who will now try and break themselves at pace. And once again, Gabriel Quack will be the intended target. This is what they did so well against Geylang here 2 weeks ago. Gabriel Quack cuts inside beautifully. We know he can hit them from distance. Ball over the top, looking for Song Uyong. Not sure letting that bounce was a wide decision, but it worked out okay for Syed Akmal. And the Young Lions will get a free kick to alleviate what is becoming plenty of pressure. Already 6 attempts on goal from the Sailors, all of them off target, and one exceptional piece of defending from Jacob Marler to prevent Stipe Plazovac scoring his 8th of the season. Jumping up for that was Khairul Nadim, unable to get there. Gabriel Quack gets it back to Tajeli. Nice work from Tajeli, back to Gabriel Quack. Just got it caught under his feet momentarily. Abdil squares the ball, and now driving forward is Yamazaki. He finds Song Uyong. They're mixing up the play down both flanks here, the Lion City Sailors. To the byline they go once more. On the ground towards the goal, only as far as Isdin. Looking for Stipe Plazovac. And another good defensive header from the Young Lions as Gabriel Quack waits for the overlapping run of Tajeli. Not entirely sure what happened there. I think having moments ago pulled off a very good defensive header, Shabib has given away the free kick, and it's going to be a yellow card. It was the assistant referee that flagged for it. Tajeli had the wherewithal to jump over this challenge, but it was a little bit reckless with the studs are up. First yellow card in the books, 17 minutes in, and it goes to Shabib of the Young Lions. Goalless, by the way, still at Jurong East between Tanjung Pagar United and Hougang United. Has to be careful here, Noor Shafiq, because we've seen a couple of outrageous free kicks goals scored already this season from this kind of angle. And Gabriel Quack, if he's got his radar in tune, he's got 2 options. He can cross it or he can even go for goal. If it's Isdin, it's going to be the outswinger looking for the head. They've committed everyone into the Lion City Sailors. Attacking half of the field here have the home side. Fancy Gabriel Quack might try and do something cheeky here. It will be Isdin. Decent cross, heads are up, but it's over the bar. Another effort, another attempt off target for the Lion City Sailors. Good cross that from Isdin. It held up, and it was Abdel up from the back who couldn't keep the header down. They take the goal kick short. Noor Shafiq kicking while the ball was moving. And now another free kick, this time against Abdil. I don't think there's anything malicious in it. Yeah, Abdil just came through with that foot raised a little bit recklessly. Jacob Marler. Sends that ball wide. Only as far the header onto Yamazaki. Jacob Marler again. It's a good bit of his improvisation. He's picked a red shirt, and again they try and get it through to Khairul Nadim. Not this time. Just that one long-range effort from outside the area as all the Young Lions have mustered to this point. Another ball over the top, looking for Gabriel Quack, and I think the flag's going to stay down here. He's onside, Gabriel Quack. He's got a second bite of the cherry as well after blowing the first touch, and it's a fantastic save from Noor Shafiq. Well, Gabriel Quack was allowed too much time and space there. He had a nibble at him. Did Idraki, I think it was. Let's look at this again. It wasn't Idraki, was it? My apologies. It was Shabib who had a nibble and gave Gabriel Quack a second bite of the cherry, and that took a special save from Noor Shafiq to keep the scores all square. He was blinded by both Shabib and Jacob Marler and still managed to get a touch on it, but the pressure is certainly mounting here. Another corner. This one delivered in deep, headed away by Jacob Marler. Tracking back well is Yamazaki, and Yamazaki will now try and deliver. Not the best crossed in the world. Headed back into the danger area by Zaifula. And now can Amaral make something happen? Just slightly too much pace on that ball. And it drifts out for a throw. Well, AIA Vidmar will be pleased enough with the amount of possession that they're having, the Lion City Sailors, but equally pleased, maybe more so, will be Nasri Nazir with the way the Young Lions have stood up to the task defensively. That slight blip from Shabib moments ago that almost led him Gabriel Quack. But they're more than holding their own at the moment, the Young Lions, not being overwhelmed by the occasion. Still a job on, I fancy, though, to keep these scores level up to half-time. Didn't get a touch. If he gets a touch there, Stipe Plazibat to slow that ball down. He's through one-on-one with Noor Shafiq as the Young Lions come out again with Shabib. Shabib over the top. Again, the passes in the Lion City Sailors half of the field aren't finding their target from the Young Lions. And it's almost becoming a training game of attack versus defence here. They cut inside. Stipe Plazibat. Not entirely sure that was intended. It was aimed for Haikal, who took a tumble. And Stipe Plazibat will get the touch after the clearance from Sahaifi. To give the Young Lions, that is, the throw. Nice little mazy run from Saifullah, and he'll win a free kick, which they take quickly. And Gabriel Quack tries to get it onto Jajeli. But they just can't seem to string 4 or 5 passes together, the Young Lions, to play it out their own area. That will be the concern at the moment, I'm sure, for AIA Vidmar. Jajeli's on an overlapping run here. I think he might have been onside. We'll never know now because the Young Lions managed to clear it, only as far as to Abdil. Look at this mazy run through the middle. Doesn't produce the end product though, and that's going to be a foul by Isdin that's pinged by the official. Here they come again through the middle. That's a lovely ball through. Stipe Plazibat's onside, just the keeper to beat Plazibat. Well, that was far too casual from Stipe Plazibat. That's a real opportunity wasted. It seemed to go in slow motion. And that's a golden opportunity gone begging for the Lion City Sailors. Again, kudos to the Young Lions for great defensive work. Another beautifully timed ball, question mark over offside. I'm not entirely sure what Shahib was doing there. He almost gave up the ghost. Fortunately for him, his teammate didn't. Have a look at Shahib. He just gives this up. Assumes Stipe Plazibat is going to score, and he owes a big debt of gratitude to Syed Akmal, who did brilliantly. Meanwhile, back to the live action. Another shot comes and is blocked. Jajeli goes back to Hassan Sunny. Hassan Sunny sends that one long. Picked out the air by Isdin. And that's a nice twist and turn from Haikal. Stipe Plazibat again. I'm not sure he'll be as laid back next time when he's through one-on-one with a goalkeeper. That's not the best pass in the world either. Nothing going right for the Croatian right now, but they come again, the Sailors. Another opportunity. Can they keep this one in? They can. Can they get the cross into find Plazibat? They can, and his head is straight at Noor Shafiq, who saves again. Jacob Marler screaming at his defence. They're almost letting the Lion City Sailors have 2 or 3 waves of attack, one after the other, and surely they'll pay the price eventually. It's a nice cross, this. Stipe Plazovic's header, either side of Noor Shafiq, they might have been in business. Oh, just looking at the unofficial possession stats, 65-35 in the Lion City Sailors' favour. Watching it with the naked eye, sometimes comes across it might even be more than that. It seems a long time ago now, inside the first 5 minutes, when the Young Lions had their first and only attempt on goal that didn't trouble Hassan Sunny. Oh, and the evidence of what we've seen so far is not going to have much to do this afternoon. Here's Abdil. That's a very lazy pass to Gabriel Quack that's picked off easy. And now, what can the Young Lions do on the counter? Well, just muscled out of it in the end. Was Adraki, a late addition to the team to take over from the injured Shira Nizam. Gabriel Quack into the area again. And what's he given here? Well, it's a free kick against Gabriel Quack. I thought for a minute the assistant referee might be signalling for a penalty, but no, it's a yellow card to Gabriel Quack after more good work from Jacob Mahler. Still goalless between Tanja Bagara and Nowgang United at Geelong East here. Still goalless as well as the teams take their water break. Remember, 5 substitutions allowed in 3 blocks plus half-time, and a hydration break in the middle of each half. And at the hydration break, midway through this first half, Gabriel Quack and Stipe Plazovit have both come very close to scoring. Gabriel Quack forcing a fine save out of Noor Shafiq, and Stipe Plazovit should really have scored when through one-on-one, rounded Noor Shafiq, but was far too casual with the finish, and it was brilliantly cleared off the line by Syed Akmil. There's also been a very intelligent defensive header from Jacob Mahler after a lovely cross down the right-hand side that surely would have resulted in Stipe Plazovit giving the Sailors the lead. Here's Gabriel Quack and that opportunity. Look at this for a save from Noor Shafiq. Might have taken a deflection as well just to make the save even more impressive from Shahib. And this is one of 3 or 4 chances that the Lion City Sailors have had in this first half. Here is Stipe Plazovit through one-on-one on goal. Shahib gave this up, really. Criminal defending from the youngster. Luckily for him, it wasn't given up by Syed Akmil, who came up with a goal-saving clearance off the line. Stipe Plazovit will be fuming that he hasn't scored there. Still leads the goal-scoring charts in the division, though. 7 for the season, Stipe Plazovit. 5 of them scored for Hougang prior to his move, just before the resumption of the Singapore Premier League earlier this month, or last month as it is now, 1st of November today. Noor Shafiq gets us back underway then, 28.5 minutes played. Young Lions frustrating the Sailors. Was that a push in the back from Abdin? It was. Intelligent football, I think, from Zamani to win that free kick. Over it for the Young Lions will be Noor Adam. So Noor Adam, again, the Sailors playing a high line. Can they get in behind it? Very nearly. There was a stumble there from Yamazaki. Not entirely sure whether he had a push in the back. There was no free kick. It went out for a goal kick. So maybe half a chance gone begging for Syed Akmil, who's been busy at both ends of the field. Not the worst delivery in the world from Noor Adam. I think he stumbled of his own accord there, did Yamazaki. That goal may well have counted if he'd have got there first. Syed Akmil. Hassan Sunny. I don't think he's touched the ball with his hands yet in open play. All his work's been with his feet. What's his distribution like here? Misses them all out. Jacob Mahler picks it up. Shahib gets it back to Noor Shafiq. Stipe Plazovit lurking, will try and close him down. Noor Shafiq gets it to halfway, but it's met by a Lion City Sailors head, and they again have options down this right-hand side. Waiting for it is Heikel. They can't get it to him. And again, for all the hype about the Lion City Sailors pre-match, the 12-1 shot count from our friends at Genius Sports, they haven't found a breakthrough in the opening half an hour. One thing they have got, of course, which the Young Lions don't, is a huge amount of strength in depth. Adam Swandy, Hafiz Noor, Shahdan Suleiman can all come on if they need to change a game in the second half, if they continue to be frustrated. It's a nice turn. Lovely work from Zamani. And Zamani's trying to try and get on the end of this in the penalty area. Bravely headed away by Abdil. Twisting and turning. Trying to get the better of Zaifullah, who comes out on top. And now they can break at pace, which is what they do so well. The timing of the pass is so important. And they didn't get the timing of the pass right. They will win a free kick, though. He should have let that go earlier, I think. In hindsight, Heikel wins the free kick, never mind. And it's another yellow card as well. So the yellow card's starting to tot up here. That's the third. Heikel just delayed giving the pass, but then was given a firm nudge by Nur Adam, who follows Shahib into the book for the Young Lions. Back it goes to Yamazaki. Yamazaki trying to find Tajeli. That's a good ball, and Tajeli needs to control this well. Loses it slightly, but manages to get back, only to hit it out of play. And I think they're going to say this is a corner. Yep, took a deflection, so it will be a corner. And the corner count starting to mount up as well. So no goals this afternoon in the SPL so far through half an hour, both here in Geelong East. Can the Lion City Sailors give us our first Sunday SPL goal with their fifth corner of the game? Short one is delivered into Abdil and his improvised efforts over the bar. Again, nothing wrong with the delivery from Isdin. Shafiq sends it's long. That's come off the head of Nakwidin Yunos, so that will be a throw to the Young Lions. Decent pass into the area. Referee played advantage, and he's going to bring this back now, not for the free kick to the Young Lions, but for the free kick to the Lion City Sailors, who take that quickly and seemingly from the wrong place, and they'll be allowed to play on here. Well, that would have been controversial if that had resulted in a goal. Very short advantage played to the Young Lions initially. And then the Lion City Sailors trying to move the ball quickly, took the free kick in the wrong place. Over the top looking for Plazibat. Young Lions win it in the air. Now get it back to Khairul Nadim. On the drive now is Amaral. That's knocked back, and it's a short back pass. There was work for Abdil to do there. And he's done it well, then inexplicably let the ball run out of play. Well, it's starting to become a bit scrappy from both teams, this. Obviously, no need for panic, but it's almost like when you watch it, the Sailors think it's just a matter of when they score, not if, which may well prove to be the case, but they've had 12 attempts on goal here and not registered a score, and that's another good turn into the area from the Young Lions. Just a heavy touch. Let Zamani down, and Hassan Sunny can gather. But they're 10 minutes away from holding the Lion City Sailors scoreless through the first half here, the Young Lions. Abdil. Young Lions now showing some pace down this left-hand side with Adraki. Adraki's into the area, and that's a world-class tackle from Abdil, but it is out for the Young Lions' first corner of this one. Really good tackle. He had pace to burn there, did Adraki. He wasn't even down. To be playing, coming in after that late injury in the warm-up to Shara Nizam. So first corner, what can they do with it? They're trying to look for the short option here, but Gabriel Quack is following them. What's the referee said here? What on earth has the referee done here? Now, I wouldn't mind seeing the replay of that corner if we can. What's the referee pinged him from here? I can tell you Nasri Nasir downstairs is screaming about what's wrong with that. I think he's saying the ball was moving. That was a puzzled look from the young lion. Can't quite see on this shot. I think it was because the referee wasn't watching. Well, the referee didn't know the ball was moving. He was still talking to the players, that's why. Good cross, Hassan Sunny claims well now against Galen. They tried to move the ball incredibly quickly when they were defending corners, and they've done again. Stipe Plazabat, he's got options. Gabriel Quack is going to be offside here, I think. Well, just as well, because he's pushed the eventual finish past the post as Heikel. But they did try and go coast to coast very quickly. Stipe Plazabat, he wasn't helped. You've got to hold your run there. He knew he was offside. Adams, Gabriel Quack wasn't. But no question that Heikel was. Jacob Marler. One in the air, but not backwards by Tajeli. And it might drop to Zamani here. Another loose ball. And another 50-50, won by a young lion. That was a superb tackle. Lovely work from Noor Adam. And this will be a free kick and a real dangerous piece of real estate as another yellow card comes out. I think it's Zaifula that's gone in the referee's notebook this time. Young lions are growing in confidence the longer this stays 0-0. Zaifula had one bite, and the second bite, that was a terrible challenge. Knee high as well. He's entitled to go in the book, and what, of course, he has done is presented the young lions with a real attractive set-piece opportunity. Referee Jansen Fu just wanting to calm everybody down. And having won the free kick, Noor Adam, maybe he's going to try and make this count with his left foot. They've got a right-footed option in Zamani. Very central, and Hassan Sunny to beat, and a very sizable Lion City Sailors wall, but can the young Lions shock the big spending Lion City Sailors here? Will it be Zamani or Noor Adam? It'll be Noor Adam. Just over the bar. I think Hassan Sunny had it covered, but it took a deflection. It'll be another corner. So the young lions coming back into this as we approach half-time. Noor Adam retreats. They've got three players back now, the young lions, trying to counter any quick movement from the Sailors if Hassan Sunny can take this cleanly. Another short routine, and that's not the best pass. And they're going to play advantage here, and they've got numbers up if they can find them. But that pass is not good enough. And I don't think Aurelio Vidmar is going to be too enamoured with what Lion City Sailors are doing. They have managed to carve open the young lions on a couple of occasions, had the opportunities to get a couple of goals, but some of the play, including Stipe Plazabat with the best chance of the game, has been a little bit too casual. And the young lions, buoyed by that win against Tanjung Pagar United last week, are up for this. Now they've found some space on the near side. Cairo Nadem wanted it, but they've gone on their own. Can they get the shot away now? Still on the run. This could drop anywhere, and it's going to come back to Mark Ryan Tan, who goes down winning a penalty, but he's only going to see a goal kick. There was a dramatic flinging himself to the deck, but the referee, Jansen Fu, not interested. Make no mistake, they're in this. It was an interesting run from Mark Ryan Tan. Fully committed. Got a second bite of the cherry as well. And then went down theatrically, hoping to kid the referee who wasn't having it. Not much offensively. And another yellow card's coming out here. another yellow card's coming out here. And this time, it'll be shown to Heichel. So that's 5 yellow cards inside 41 minutes here at Bishan Stadium. The last couple of them going to the Lion City Sailors, who are just starting to get a tad frustrated. And I would not be surprised at all if Aurelio Vidmar doesn't change things up at half-time here. He can't be happy. They did manage to score just before half-time against Geylang from the penalty spot here 2 weeks ago, which set them on course for a comfortable victory, albeit aided by Zainal's red card. But the young Lions are proving they're no one's pushover here for now. Can they keep it going for the 90 minutes, though, as Adraki tries to put some pressure on? And that's not the first time they've got their timing wrong when they've let the ball run across the touchline there, the Lion City Sailors. It'll be Shahid with the throw. That clearance has gone a million miles in the air. It comes down, and Jacob Marler, there was a push in the back there. It'll be a free kick to the Sailors. Still goalless, Jurong East, Tanjung United 0, Hougang United 0. On the turn is Zaifullah. Mark Ryan Tan does really well. And again, they've got pace down the flanks here, the young Lions, but that was a very unfortunate stumble at just the wrong time for Sahafri. They'll get another corner out of it, though. The third corner of the game. The young Lions, this would be something of a shock if they could take the lead right on half-time. I wouldn't want to be in the Lion City Sailors players' shoes when Aurelio Vidmar gets them in at half-time. Stipe Plazabat back helping out in defence for this. Being forced back towards Syed Akmal. Twisting and turning. It's a Huffy to the edge of the area. And that loose pass just picked up by the Lion City Sailors. Can they end the first half with a flourish? It's a nice touch. Really nice touch from Gabriel Quack, and he could get the return here, and Stipe Plazabat's over on the far side. This might reach Stipe Plazabat. Another vital header from Jacob Marler. Not quite cleared it yet, though. Here comes Zaifullah. And Stipe Plazabat now gives up the free kick. Jacob Marler is a powerful presence at the back for this Lion City Sailors side. To try and get past. He's holding the young Lions defence together admirably here. But it's degenerated in the last 15 minutes to be a very scrappy clash, this. Here's Stipe Plazabat. That's managed to find a young line foot. And very nearly, Cairo Nadim managed to get in behind, but it wasn't to be. Another free kick in a first half that really has petered out. It had its moments in the first 25 minutes, but the final 20 minutes of this first half have been desperate stuff. The young Lions battling hard. The Lion City Sailors at the moment without the quality to convincingly break them down for all they've had 12 shots on goal. They haven't had one for a good 15 minutes now as we play the first of 2 minutes time to be added on for stoppages. Gabriel Quack loses out in a right old tussle with Shahib. They eventually get it back to the Sailors with Isdin. Stipe Plazovic, look how deep he's having to drop to try and affect play now. And I think at this point, for all that I'm bemoaning the entertainment or lack of it in the game, you have to give full marks to Nasri Nasir, who at the moment, and it's obviously 45 minutes to go, you have to say is winning the tactical battle against a story coach by the name of Aurelio Vidmar. Nasri Nasir has set his young Lions side up very smartly indeed here. And I will be flabbergasted if Aurelio Vidmar doesn't make changes at half-time to the Lion City Sailors. That wild clearance is high up into the air, almost reaching the grandstand here at Bishan Stadium. They're into time added on at the end of the first half, well at Geelong East, where Tanjung United and Hougang United are locked at 0-0. And the young Lions in no rush to take this throw, and why would they be? They're about to go into the break all square with the Lion City Sailors as we wind down the final 4 or 5 seconds. And Jansen Fu has seen enough, and so quite frankly have I. That's not the greatest half of football you'll ever see, but that's credit really, from a purist point of view, to the young Lions and the coaches of Nasri Nasir, doing a great job in stifling the Lion City Sailors in the face of an early onslaught. They managed to come out unscathed. Stipe Plazovic far too casual when presented with a great opportunity when he was played through on goal. And the one really good save that Noor Shafiq has had to make, he did make against Gabriel Quack. Other than that, solid defensive header from Jacob Marler when the ball looked destined to arrive on Stipe Plazovic's head for the simplest of finishes, but he couldn't make it count. Half-time here at Bishan. It's the Lion City Sailors 0, the Young Lions 0. Do stay with us. We'll be bringing you up to date with all the latest news from Geelong East and recapping what's happened here Welcome back live to Bishan Stadium at half-time, goalless in a game that has had some brief moments, but for the large part has been uninspiring. And I don't know about you, the Lion City Sailors don't look like a title-winning team to me after watching them for 45 minutes here, though. Unfair to judge them on just a half of football, though. There's still 45 minutes to come. In the first 45, they had the best for the most of it, but the Young Lions themselves weren't without chances. That was inside the first 5 minutes. The long-range effort from Amaral, high and wide over the arms of Hassan Sunny. But they did show glimpses on the counter-attack, the Young Lions, that they're not without hope themselves of getting on the score sheet. Now, let's start sifting through what were any number of Lion City Sailors' chances. That was the first one. Some really good last-ditch defending. You've got to give credit to Nasri Nasir. Jacob Marler and his team at the back have been absolutely exceptional. And that was a last-gasp challenge that just did enough inside Akmel to put Song Il-young off. They've tried to involve Gabriel Quack as much as they can, and with good reason. Gabriel Quack here got the better of Shabib, who was lucky to get away with this, and that's a fine save from Noor Shafiq, who would have been unsighted. Gabriel Quack forcing what I think was just about the only save that Noor Shafiq had to make in that first half. Gabriel Quack doing well. Stipe Plazibet cutting an increasingly frustrated figure as the half went on, but you'll see the chance that came to Stipe Plazibet. And again, you watch and make your own mind up. This looked far too casual from the Croatian. I think this is the chance. Are we going to see it now? It is. Stipe Plazibet through on goal. Shahib basically just gave it up. Luckily for him, Syed Akmal didn't and cleared it off the line and prevented what was a certain goal. It's a really well weighted pass this, and it was a good decision from the assistant referee. Stipe Plazibet marginally onside. And great work by Syed Akmal. Chances kept on coming. This was Gabriel Quack over on the left-hand side with the cross. Stipe Plazibet header straight into Noor Shafiq. I suppose you can classify that as a save. He still had to get his body in front of it, but it was right at him. Good ball from Gabriel Quack. Anticipated where Stipe Plazibet could get to. And the Croatian will be a little bit disappointed, I think. At times, he's quite a bit of a frustrated figure. Towards the end of that first half, he was having to drop deeper and deeper to affect play. But it's still goalless here. And it's goalless as well at Jurong East between Tanjung Pagar United and Hougang. As the stats show you, 13 shots on goal from the Sailors, 4 of them on target, 2 for the Young Lions, nothing on target. And the one thing to keep an eye on here is the yellow cards. 3 of them to the Sailors. Gabriel Quack, Saifullah and Haikal all in the book. Shahib and Noor Adam in the book for the Young Lions. And the way this game is going, that could play a part in the second half. Although having said that, I'd be very surprised if the Lion City Sailors come out with the same 11 in the second half that finished the first. Goalless between Tanjung Pagar United, who are still in there pitching for their first win of the season, and Hougang United, who with a win today will solidify their grip on 4th spot. So that's where we're at here at Bishan Stadium. Stay with us. The second half of the Lion City Sailors and the Young Lions coming up very shortly here. Welcome back live to Bishan Stadium. Goalless at the break between the Lions City Sailors and the Young Lions. It's the Lions against the Cubs. And at the moment, the Cubs aren't letting the big boys get the better of them. They've not been overawed and, in fact, started coming into the game at the end of the first half. But we've only played 45 minutes of football. And surely, if the Lions City Sailors can muster another 13 shots on goal as they did in the first half, they will make the pressure count. I can tell you out warming up at half-time, I can see 5, in fact, no, make that all 6 of the outfield substitutes for the Lions City Sailors. That would suggest they aren't making a change at half-time. If you are just joining us as well, pre-match, the sad news that Shahrul Nizam suffered an injury in the warm-up. The man that, he's 16, he's got his first goal at senior level against Tanjung Pagar United last week. He had to step out to be replaced by a Draki. Lions City Sailors and Hougang on what's a very busy Wednesday. 3 SPL games coming up for you on Wednesday. That's a 7:45 kickoff back here at Bishan Stadium. I think Hougang will be up for that one. And the Young Lions, but it doesn't get any easier for them, does it? Lions City Sailors and the Stags. Tampines Rovers, who were back to the top of the table with a very impressive 2-0 win against Albirex Nagata yesterday. Hats off, Coach Gavin Lee, getting his tactics spot on there. And Tanjung Pagar United taking on Geylang in the third of Wednesday's treble header. That one at Jurong East. Tanjung Pagar United, like the Sailors and the Lions, in action today, of course. Hougang too. So all 4 teams in action today. Have to go back to back. And as we always like to do at these tough times, let's thank everyone in our frontline services who's been making Singapore such a safe place to live, in contrast with some of the other parts in the world. Let's stay safe for Singapore together. We are one strong, and we're game on here in the Singapore Premier League after that long break because we have stayed one strong. So I'm assuming, bearing in mind that all 6 outfield playing subs were warming up at half-time and having a knockabout, that none of them are starting, but just scanning down there, I can see some of the Lions City Sailors substitutes have now ducked into the dressing room. So I wonder whether there will be a change. I can see Hassan Sunny underneath the stand, just going through some final warm-up exercises. So we will be good to resume action very shortly. Are we going to get any goals here? It was one of those afternoons where I think many people thought the goals would be flowing in the Singapore Premier League, but it's not proved to be the case. As the Young Lions downstairs are ready to come back out. You can see the scenes there on the stadium floor area. You can see everyone who is not playing is wearing a mask. Aurelio Vidmar, I think that's him. It is in his dugout already, so he's obviously read the riot act to the Lions City Sailors and left them up to it to try and sort their issues out themselves. I suppose you can say it's harsh. Stipe Plazabat finishes that one chance. Nur Shafiq doesn't make that save. They're 2-0 up at half-time, and you're saying, well, it's going to be a routine 3 points. But the fact they haven't made the breakthrough and the fact they started to look a bit disjointed at the end of that first half means there's a point to prove for them here at the start of the second. Jansen Fu, who got 5 yellow cards out in the first half, is back on to the field of play as both teams look to be resuming, or certainly 3, 6, 8, 9. The Lions City Sailors don't think have made the change. I can see 10 players there so far, just 1 missing, and no notification from the referee. Yep, so they're unchanged. That surprises me. Aurelio Vidmar maybe just saying to them, here's an opportunity at the start of the second half to put right maybe what went wrong at the end of the first. And the Young Lions, no changes at half-time either. So what will it be? Another 45 minutes of frustration for the Lions City Sailors, or will they put the Young Lions to the sword? We're about to find out. You get the feeling this one could be feast or famine. An early goal for the Lions City Sailors, and the floodgates could open in this second stanza. But similarly, if the Young Lions can hang tough, they've shown at the other end of the field they're not incapable of creating a chance or two themselves. Second half, the Young Lions in the red playing from left to right. It's the Lions City Sailors in the white blue shorts playing from right to left. No changes at half-time then, and straight away, Young Lions going route 1. It's headed away by Naquidin. And now picked up by Heikel. Twisting and turning, Sung Young, who's got to run over on that far side, who's Gabriel Quack, and Gabriel Quack is onside. Golden opportunity to get that early goal right at the start of the half, and it's going to be an own goal. Well, that was the breakthrough that you felt they'd been crying out for. It was the start to the second half they didn't get in the first. My heart goes out to Jacob Mahler, who with a brilliant headed clearance in the first half prevented a certain goal there, but there was not much else he could do really. Sung Young with a pinpoint pass into the path of Gabriel Quack. Was he onside? Marginal. Gabriel Quack tries to square it for Stipe Plazabat, and poor old Jacob Mahler, if he doesn't get there, Plazabat does. So an own goal breaks the deadlock inside 60 seconds of the second half. I think that must have been about 25 seconds into the second half. And Jacob Mahler will be credited with the own goal, which is a shame. And now, I said it would be feast or famine. Is that going to open the floodgates for the Lion City Sailors, or can the Young Lions bounce straight back? Have a look at this run from Mark Ryan Tan again. Mark Ryan Tan slips at the worst possible moment after a great run, and Hassan Sunny can save it comfortably. Gabriel Quack's away at the races again here. Stipe Plazabat looks like he's got the hunger for the goals. They knock it inside to Isdin. Isdin finds the man on this near side, who's Heikel. Now Heikel fancies a run into the area. What's Heikel's ball across going to be like? He says it got a deflection, and the referee agrees, much to the disappointment of the Young Lions. It's going to be an early corner for the Lion City Sailors. Now, did you see the deflection off the toe of Sahafi there? Jansen Fu did, that's all that matters. Gabriel Quack lofts it into the air. Keeper thought about coming, and it was a solid header in the end by Jacob Mahler that gets it clear. Game should open up a bit more now, because the Young Lions have got to try and chase something here. They've played that down to Zamani, but Tajeli is there. And that's going to be a push on Jacob Mahler by Stipe Plazabat. Young Singaporean is matching Plazabat. Oh, decision's gone the way. Free kick, yes, to the Young Lions. I thought it was. Jacob Mahler has not given Stipe Plazabat an easy ride here today so far. Sung Young. It's over the top from Isdin, asking a lot of Heikel to get on the end of this. And the throw goes the way of the Young Lions. He's saying there's an elbow involved there. Referee didn't see it. Well, that's a heavy touch, far too casual, and Heikel's done well here to steal this. Heikel with a cross, might drop to Gabriel Quack. Another really important header from Jacob Mahler. And that was a nudge from Abdil. Well, we've had the early breakthrough here. We haven't had an early breakthrough in the second half at Jurong East. Still Tanger Bagar United 0, Hougang United 0. Over the top from Mahler. Headed out of danger. Loose balls pounced upon here. They could be in business, trying to send Stipe Plazabat down the right-hand side, and Jacob Mahler again matches the league's top goal scorer down the right. Jacob Mahler following Stipe Plazabat everywhere he goes at the moment, which he has to. Record books will show that Jacob Mahler opened the scoring in this one at the wrong end of the field, but he's arguably been the Young Lions' best player. Abdil gets it to Yamazaki. Back to Abdil. With the pressure off the Lion City Sailors to some point, having got the breakthrough here. You'd fancy they might have a go at trying to put the Young Lions to the sword in a very short form season, as the Singapore Premier League is. Remember, all the teams will only be playing 14 games. Goal difference could still turn out to be important here. And the Young Lions currently, with that goal, are only on a level goal difference. And contrast that with Tampines +8, Albirex +7. So there will be some games in this very shortened league programme where high-scoring victories could yet prove crucial. I'm sure Aurelio Vidmar's aware of that. I think if they can get a second goal quickly, they might push on and try and be a bit more adventurous. Pace has slowed right down for now, though. Here's Abdil to Yamazaki. Nice interchanging play. Sung Yong trying to burrow his way through, but Jacob Mahler's on top of it. Gets it back to Noor Shafiq. Stipe Plazovic tries to put him under a bit of pressure, and Noor Shafiq heads it straight to Isdin. He's onside here, is Haikul. Haikul, right on the edge of the area. Gets it back to Song. Song back to Haikul. He can drop this back for Nakwidin. Song. And Haikul gets it into the area, and Jacob Mahler has to turn it behind for another corner. He went to offside there, didn't get it. And again, Jacob Mahler preventing a ball getting to Stipe Plazovic. He's done a great job of doing that for the first 52 minutes of this match. Lion City Sailors, for the most part, appear to have been favouring the short routine. They'll do so again. Gabriel Quack, and Abdil met it very firmly. Just couldn't get the glancing header to knock it back towards the goal. Gabriel Quack picked out Abdil at the near post, just wide. He's a very imposing figure, isn't he, Abdil? Beast of a man. 7 minutes gone in the second half. Sailors with a goal inside the first 30 seconds of the first half. Second half, an own goal from Jacob Mahler after good work from Gabriel Quack. That's the difference between the two teams. As Isdin declines to let Mark Ryan Tan take that quickly. He's a real menace with ball at feet, Mark Ryan Tan. Get the feeling, looking at him, he's still got plenty of growing to do, but he can be difficult to stop when he's in full flight. It's a great ball across. And the Young Lions get a second attempt at it through Nur Adam. Nur Adam needs support and finds it. Jacob Mahler lofts one into the area. It'll be met by the head of Nakwidin. Here's Haikul. Haikul turns inside nicely, Haikul. And that's played through, but too far away from both Plazovic and Zai-Fuller, who were the two Lion City Sailors players nearest to it. Did it on the ball there, and very nearly pays the price. They get away with it, the Young Lions. Ball through, looking for Zamani, and it's found its way to Idraki. And that's going to be a free kick right on the edge of the area. Abdil saying he played the ball. Referee disagreeing. And how about this for a set-piece chance for the Young Lions? Couldn't have picked a better spot on the pitch for it. And Zamani, Mark Ryan Tan and Nur Adam, that midfield trio, still causing the Lion City Sailors some scary moments at times. Hassan Sunny has hardly had a thing to do in this game so far. He's now got to hope his wall does its job and they can keep out this free kick from reaching him, because it really is a prime piece of real estate to be given a set-piece opportunity here. Now, Nur Adam is one of two Young Lions over it. 10 minutes into the second half. Can they level this one up? Not quite. Not the worst attempt in the world. But it ends up coming to naught from Zamani. Again, just always on the rise. Beat the wall, but not the crossbar. And Sonny felt concerned enough to take a dive at it, though. Ball sent long. Who else but Jacob Marler gets there for the Young Lions? Oh, that's a nice bit of play from Noor Adam. Hassan Sonny. I'm not entirely sure that side header was what he was aiming for, but it's done its job. Had the wherewithal to know he was flirting with being outside of the area. Offside, very unfortunate there, the way that passage of play worked out for Zahifi. Have to say, you've got to be surprised that the Lion City Sailors haven't put the foot down on their hammer here and tried to get the second goal, because at 1-0, Young Lions are always a chance. Changes are coming, though. So I think Aurelia Vidmar now is going to make some changes to try and turn the screw on the Young Lions. Just looking downstairs, I can see that Adam Swandy is about to be introduced. It looks like maybe a treble change for the Lion City Sailors here. Shardan, Adam Swandy and Hafiz Noor. How about that for 3 substitutes to be able to come on? And they might be coming on with their team leading 2-0, because Gabriel Quack's away at the races again. Looks for Song Il-yong, who completely fluffs his lines. I wonder whether this triple change might see the floodgates open here. No more good work down the right from Gabriel Quack. The pass couldn't have been any better. And again, a bit like Stipe Plazovets' effort in the first half, just a bit too casual. Triple change coming now. Let's make a note of who's coming on and who's going off. Gabriel Quack is going to be replaced by Hafiz Noor. So Hafiz Noor is on. Gabriel Quack, who will go down as really the creator of that goal that was scored off of Jacob Marler, but it was his running down the right that won it and nearly set up Song Il-yong for a second just before he was withdrawn. Some confusion now with the 4th official. Are they changing the players coming off? Not Gabriel Quack. So I'm not sure what happened there. It will be Zaifullah that's replaced by Hafiz Noor. So that's an alteration by the 4th official. The second change that's going to see Shardan come on is to replace Izdin. Izdin, I think, maybe not quite at full fitness yet. And the final change that's going to see Adam Swandy come on is for Haikal. Adam Swandy on for Haikal. And I think, on the face of it, if you're a young Lion, you would rather have seen the initial number kept up, because Gabriel Quack and Adam Swandy on a pitch now with fresh legs against the tiring Young Lions. The floodgates may open here. Here's Yamazaki. Change coming for the Young Lions as well, by the way. Irfan Najib is about to come on. Abdil. First touch for Shardan, and it's a good one. He finds Song Il-yong, who gets it through brilliantly, but the flag's up for offside against Hafiz Noor. I'm told that Mark Ryan Tan, it's confirmed now, will be replaced by Irfan Najib. Mark Ryan Tan, he's made some very promising runs in the game. And on the face of it, again, that's a defensive measure from the Young Lions, but of course not blessed with the same strength in depth as the Lion City Sailors. Comes a point when they've got to do something to counterbalance those 3 sets of fresh legs that have just come on for the Sailors. Still goalless, incidentally, on the hour mark at Geelong East. Tanjung Pagar United 0, Hougang 0. Here, though, spaces are starting to open up for the Lion City Sailors. That's a lovely ball with the outside of the foot, and they're through on goal as well. White shirts pouring forward. Can they get one on the end of it? Took a slight deflection. Adam Swandy picks it up on this near side. Adam Swandy's cross now. Another fantastic header from Jacob Marler, and it finds Irfan Najib, who will win the throw. Struggling again, the Young Lions to keep possession here. You do get the impression watching it that the Lion City Sailors have got gears to go through. I mentioned, though, goal difference in a 14-game season could be a factor, and the Lion City Sailors' goal difference, remember that 4-0 defeat before the COVID suspension at our Tampines Hub, isn't that hot? Here come the Young Lions through Kairon Nadim over the top. He was looking for Idraki, but Abdul gets it away. Oh, misjudging that was Adam Swandy. Yamazaki has plenty of time and space, and look how the midfield's opening up here. It's like the parting of the Red Sea. Shardan picks a perfect pass. They've got action over on that far side again. Pass not good enough. You've just got to do better than that when Jacob Marler's in the middle. He really is a star of the future and the present, in fact, Jacob Marler. He's really impressed in the face of some relentless pushing forward from the Lion City Sailors. Now can the Young Lions push forward? Not like that. Hassan Sunny will watch that one go dead and take the goal kick. So into the final 27 minutes we go. We're not too far off the hydration break midway through the second half. Abdul, Yamazaki. Back to Abdul. Song Uyong. Got Gabriel Quack and Adam Swandy. They're almost playing 3 or 4 up front now, by the looks of it, the Lion City Sailors. They've got to get the timing of the runs right. Strong, solid header from Syed Akmal. Alongside Jacob Marler, he's really impressed. Here's Song Uyong. It's over the top looking for Stipe Plazibat, who controls it brilliantly. Plazibat's got support. Can any of them pull the trigger? They want a handball. Not getting it. But the shot eventually comes in from Adam Swandy, and it's comfortably saved. Let's have a look for a hand here. Question of a hand for Stipe Plazibat initially. And Gabriel Quack wanted handball. Meanwhile, back live action. They've got a free kick. And again, it's not exactly been a Sunday afternoon spectacular to this point. We need a firework-laden final 25 minutes to finish the SPL weekend off in style after that really blood and thunder encounter at our Tampines Hub yesterday, with Tampines beating Albirex by 2-0. Tanjung Pagar United 0, Hougang United 0 over at Geelong East. And Shardan Suleiman is over this. Shardan headed away by Shahib. Out for a throw. Adam Swandy needs to make something happen here. Well, managed to find the nutmeg and get it through to Song Uyong, whose effort is deflected into the arms of Noor Shafiq. Shafiq from the floor, tries to find Zamani. Call this one in the air by Nakruddin. Oh, lovely run. Lovely twist and turn from Noor Adam. And all of a sudden, they've got a chance over on that far side, the Young Lions. Crucial touch from Yamazaki now. There are red shirts committed forward here. Can the Young Lions get back in time to stop the Lion City Sailors? Stipe Plazibat, lovely first-time pass, but the flag is up for offside. Gabriel Quack, the replay on this one will be interesting. Plazibat, marginal, very close indeed. Some very tired bodies out there. Haven't had the impact so far, the fresh legs of the Lion City Sailors you thought they might have had. Haven't seen much really of Adam Swandy, just that one effort on goal. Hardly seen Hafas Noor have a touch to this point. Shardan Suleiman, he has been heavily involved. Yamazaki. Abdil. Gabriel Quack to Shardan. Back to Shardan. Can anyone pick a telling pass here? Maybe Gabriel Quack now. Stipe Plazibat through the middle. That's the 6 times consecutively that Gabriel Quack passed to Shardan. Shardan again. Adam Swandy, that's a lovely ball. Down the left-hand side they come now with Nakruddin. Inside, gets on the return, does Adam Swandy. Might need some support now though. He does get it back to Nakruddin. What's the cross like here? It's decent. Stipe Plazibat's up for it. Comes to the edge of the area. And it's come loose. Hafiz Noor now will get a shot away. And it's blocked. Was there a push there? They say no. Sung Young squares it. And an important block by Syed Akmal once again. Now comes Noor Adam. Some of these young Lion players not afraid to try and take on the Lion City Sailors running at them. We'll get the second half hydration break, I'm sure, the next time there's a break in play. Young Lions, not forget, are only 1 down here for all that they've been comprehensively outshot. 16 attempts on goal for the Sailors and only 4 for the Young Lions. They're still in this. Referee deciding not to take the hydration break there for that throw. Here's Shardan. Over the top looking for Plazibat. Adam Swandy not exactly committing himself to try and win that. And that's a very poor pass that only goes as far as Shardan. Now Plazibat's had not much to say and do in the second half. Ball was left behind there. Now the Young Lions can try and push, but Jelly should get to this one first and knocks it back to Hassan Sunny. He puts a solid foot through it. Hafiz Noor's over there trying to pitch for this in a challenge, and Hafiz Noor might get this. Hafiz Noor holds it up well. Stipe Plazibat's on the run here, and it's found Plazibat. Adam Swandy on this near side if he can find him. Huts it up for Adam Swandy, and they make it 2. Just before they go for drinks, wonderful work from Stipe Plazibat, and how about that for a finish from Adam Swandy? Adam Swandy's first goal of the season gives the Lion City Sailors breathing space now. And just before the drinks break, I think you can chalk down the 3 points in the column of the Lion City Sailors. How about this for a ball from Plazibat, and the finish from Adam Swandy. So easy there to unwittingly knock it straight into the keeper, but he left Noor Shafiq with absolutely no chance. Adam Swandy's first of the campaign. As I'm told during the hydration break, Sung Young will be replaced by Faisal Roslan. fresh shirt, I think, for Stipe Plazibat. Hung up in the air. Jacob Marler, for once, not there to save the Young Lions. And the Sailors double their lead. This win, if it does stay like this, will take the Lion City Sailors only up 1 place to 5th. That's certainly as it stands, because they go level on points with Hougang, who currently are earning a point at Tanjung Pagar. We don't know how that's going to finish up. But going back to that goal difference, the Lion City Sailors' goal difference is now +1. That's 6 worse than Albrecht's, 7 worse than Tampines Rovers, and after tonight there'll be 5 games into a 14-game season. So if you're Aurelio Vidmar, surely now you're putting down the throttle to try and improve that goal difference. Could come down to that at the end of the season. You just never know. So Sogo Yong confirmed is going to be replaced by Faisal. Sogo Yong had the first real chance of the game early on for the Lion City Sailors, and able to convert. Not been at his sharpest, I think, is a safe assumption, but great to see his PR is going through. And Sogo Yong, we could very well see a man who's become one of the mainstays of the Singapore Premier League, lining up in Singapore colours if and when he gets his naturalisation through and the green light from FIFA. So we restart with a kickoff then. Less than 20 minutes to play here at Bishan. Adam Swandy and a Jacob Marler own goal. The difference between the sides at the moment. It's a hopeful ball over the top. Abdil there. Just pokes that to serve up a throw. Adraki is there. Leaves it for Sahafi. And now Nur Adam. And that's going to be deflected to Stipe Plazibat. This could be dangerous. Adam Swandy. Gabriel Quack nowhere near that particular vicinity. Referee Jansen Fu wants him to take it back where the ball went out of play. Still, they're not going back. And now he makes up the ground with a run-up that he walked back from. Abdil. Gabriel Quack dropping a bit deeper after those attacking substitutions. He's tried to pick out Adam Swandy, and the ball ends up being deflected off Adam Swandy. Poor old Sahafi's out on his feet here. There are some very tired Young Lions players out there, and you think in the final 15 minutes it's going to start to hurt them. And a couple of the Lion City Sailors boys who looked like they were lacking a bit of match fitness in terms of being 100% fit, Isdin and Song Yong, have departed. Stipe Plazibat trying to get away from his man here. Plazibat's got Adam Swandy to help him. Adam Swandy gets it back to Nakadin. Abdil. Chardin. They've coughed up possession here, and all of a sudden it's 3-on-3 for just a split second. The Sailors coming back now, and that's a great tackle from Chardin to take it off the toes of Adraki. And that's a good ball along the line that Abdil will just be able to guide out for a goal kick. So still goalless at Jurong East. Tanjung Pagar nil, Hougang United nil. You're watching live Sunday night Singapore Premier League action. Lion City Sailors 2, Young Lions nil. Jacob Marler own goal inside the first 30 seconds of the second half. And with 20 minutes to go, Adam Swandy's first of the season after good work down the right by Stipe Plazibat. These games being broadcast through the season live on Singtel Star Hub, the Singapore Premier League social media page, and One Play Sports. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget a triple header on Wednesday. Looking forward to your company when both these teams you see here tonight will be in action. Lion City Sailors Hougang back here at Bishan. Young Lions go to our Tampines hub against the Stags of Tampines Rovers. Adam Adam Swandy. One little side note is obviously we're 15 minutes away from Stipe Plazabek going a second game without scoring. Might change now though. Adam Swandy, Stipe Plazabek! What was I saying about 2 games without scoring? He's made it 3 with a quarter of an hour to go. And the tired legs are starting to tell on the young lions now. Great work from Adam Swandy. Put him down for a goal and an assist in a second half appearance. As Stipe Plazabek makes it 8 for the season, his 3rd in Lion City Sailors colours. And it's going to be a long and painful final 14 minutes for the young lions. Wonderful finish. Bit of improvisation with the instep of his right foot, I think that was, as Stipe Plazabek notches up another goal to increase his lead at the top of the goal-scoring charts. Lion City Sailors 3, Young Lions 0. Worth pointing out that all 3 Lion City Sailors goals have come from crosses down the flanks. Chardin, didn't have a teammate on the same page there. It's over the top. He's timed his well run here, Adraki. Into the area he goes. Adraki, can he get a shot away? Looks for support. Young Lions got some space to operate with now, and unfortunately, no one in the area to get on the end of Cairo Nadim's cross, and that'll go all the way out on the far side of the pitch for a throw. Abdil just happy to belt that out for a throw. To the Young Lions. Change on the way for the Young Lions, incidentally. Amir Hakim, a signing just in the last 24 hours, having completed his national service. Amir Hakim is coming on for a 12-minute cameo to try and bring some fresh legs at the back and shore things up. I'm told Amir Hakim will be replacing Sahafi, who has looked very tired in the last couple of minutes. He's put in a sterling shift, Sahafi, at the back for the Young Lions. Now remember, conceded 3 against Albrechts last week, so a clean sheet will be of some value to Aurelio Vidmar, I'm sure, here. Hassan Sunny's hardly had anything to do in the second half, as Sahafi is replaced by the new signing, Amir Hakim. Can the Young Lions make a set piece count? Chardin gets to that easily. Gabriel Quack is there. Oh, that was casual, but they've coughed it back up, the Young Lions, and they could be away at the races now. Again, Gabriel Quack manages to find the support now over the top, and that's an atrocious pass looking for Stipe Plazabek, because they really had them stretched there. That's one they want back to Jelly with the miscue. Nor Shafiq, no option really but to try and go long. One well in the air by the substitute. Faisal. Abdil gets to that. Now Stipe Plazabek's up in the air looking for this. And Stipe Plazabek will win it, but nobody running on after it. They still don't look the finished article of the Lion City Sailors. You have to say that about them. They've ended up running out convincing winners here. But the fact remains, the 2 times they faced acid test this season against Albrechts post-COVID and Tampines pre-COVID, they have been found wanting. Undoubtedly a squad packed full of stars and top talent. But don't think they're the finished article yet. It's not to say they might not become the finished article sooner rather than later. But just for me, even the lack of foresight to try and make that shot count be reflected on the scoreboard with goal difference in mind surprises me. Still 10 minutes to go though. Stipe Plazabek finds a pass to Adam Swandy. who scored one and created one. Adam Swandy finds Yamazaki, who's quite far forward. Plazibat. Adam Swandy's in here. Adam Swandy's in. He's gone down, and it's going to be a penalty. Well, 6.5, a dozen of the other. I think Adam Swandy lost the calls and knew what he was doing to try and win it, but Jansen Fu didn't hesitate. And it will be a penalty for the Lions City Sailors to try and make it 4. Will Stipe Plazibat now step up and try and get his 9th goal of the season? Adam Swandy locked in a tussle with Syed Akmal, who's had a good game to this point. The referee had a look. He was right on top of it, Jansen Fu. Yeah, it's soft, but you've seen them given, haven't you? And thankfully no VAR in the Singapore Premier League. Right, Stipe Plazibat. Can he bag a brace here at Bishan? He's put the Sailors 3-0 up 5 minutes ago. This for 4. Plazibat and Noor Shafiq. And Plazibat makes no mistake. Sailors 4, Young Lions 0. And now the goal difference is starting to get rocking and rolling. They came into today with a goal difference of -1, the Sailors. They're now +3. And creeping towards the goal difference of Tampines Rovers and Albirex. And the way this shortened 14-game season is going, goal difference may still play a part. 4 second-half goals for the Sailors. And after a first half that was dominated by the home side, but rather lacklustre in front of goal, they have at least found a ruthless edge. And let's not forget, Stipe Plazibat is now on a hat-trick. That ball spread wide, trying to bring in Adriaki. Yamazaki to Abdil. Adam Swandy. Some fine individual talents in this Young Lions team, of which Noor Adam is certainly one. Mark Ryan Tan's impressed in patches. I know they've ended up conceding 4, but Jacob Mahler at the back is certainly a captain leading, for example, by the Young Lions. Yes, he got the own goal, but still only 20. And he's got a bright future for the Singapore national side. I like the prospects of Jacob Mahler at centre-back pairing with Irfan Fandi moving forward for the national side. Adam Swandy wanted the throw and doesn't get it. Jacob Mahler now coming forward, wants the ball here. Noor Adam thought about giving it to him. Now Khairul Nadim, who's found himself pushed out wide, gets it back to Noor Adam. That's not the worst cross in the world. Heads are up, and that will drift harmlessly out for a goal kick. Another change on the way for the Young Lions. It's going to be Bill Mamadou. To enter the arena. Is that a push? Yeah, it was. Ping for the push. The Young Lions. Amaral is the man going to be replaced by 19-year-old Bill Mamadou, who came through the ranks here at the Lions City Sailors, as they were known then, Home United. Back to Hassan Sunny. Lions City Sailors now just 5 minutes away from their second clean sheet of the season. Stipe Plazibat on a hat-trick now, remember. Plazibat got past 2 Young Lions brilliantly. There was a tug at his shirt, but he still waved them off. Mamadou Yamazaki now playing further forward. Oh, Stipe Plazibets had Bill Mamadou for breakfast there. Into the area it goes. Yamazaki driving in. Yamazaki, handball, it looked to me from there. Referee waves it away. There was a half-hearted appeal, if truth be told, not exactly a vigorous one from the Young Lions. Who've rarely threatened the goal of Hassan Sunny in the second half. Update you with what's happening at Geelong East. We know what's going to happen here, but at Geelong East, still goalless between Tanjung Pagar and Hougang United. Referee plays on, but they've left ball behind, and Yamazaki can find Plazibat. Plazibat with the runner ahead. Oh, he's timed that run brilliantly, but the flag's going to go up. It won't count. Shame that, and I think the assistant referee was right. Fine margins, but just delayed the pass a little bit too much. Stipe Plazibat. Gabriel Quack is denied a goal. He probably, on the balance of his display, deserves. Now, was this the right call? Assistant referee's got that one correct. There's a couple that have been marginal in this second half, but that one was spot on. Young Lions still plugging away, but there are some tired legs out there, and they are conceding possession quite frequently. Tanjung Pagar United and Hougang just 4 minutes away from providing a goalless draw in today's other game. First chance for Bill Mahamadou to impress. Oh, he's found some space for Zamani here. Flags up for offside this time against the Young Lions. Just timing that wrong run a little bit out of kilter, and the flag goes up. Haven't had too many injuries in this second half, so I'd imagine 3 minutes of time to be added on for stoppages is a lock with the scoreline as it is. I don't care what anyone says nowadays. I think fourth officials and referees take into account what the scoreline is when they're totting up the added time and how ruthless they need to be with it. Meanwhile, good work from Adriaki. Gets it back to Syed Akmal. Are they onside here? They are. Zamani needs support at some point. Zamani here runs it into the corner flag. He does find some support, and some good support at that with Cairo Nadim. Bright spell this from the Young Lions. Of the Sailors put the cue in the rack here with a 4-0 lead. And that pass, I think, on a full tank, Zamani might have got that, but he's a very tired boy out there now as we tick round to the 89-minute mark. Jacob Myler own goal. One from Adam Swandy. A fine headed finish and a brace for Plazibat. One from the penalty spot. The difference between the two teams, I'm being told we will be seeing 3 minutes of time added on after the 90. Yamazaki. Back to Abdil. Yamazaki. Here's Faisal. And Adam Swandy's left that ball behind. So with Hougang, assuming that game stays as it is, getting a point at Albrecht, they'll now go on to played 5.8. Lion City Sellers will be played 5.7. So that all of a sudden makes this game here on Wednesday that you'll see live on Singtel Star Hub and the Singapore Premier League social media channels, as well as One Play Sports, all the more appealing, because it'll be a game with some high stakes, with the game presenting Hougang with the chance to get clear of the Sailors, and of course, conversely, the Sailors with the chance to finally emerge into the top four of the division. Assistant referee's got the flag up for offside again there, as this game really is now petering out to a very lacklustre final 3 minutes. The Sailors seem to have put the cue in the rack, and the poor old Young Lions just seem too tired to make anything happen. And the scoreline doesn't really flatter the Lion City Sailors, but let's not detract from some good individual performances for the Young Lions. The concept of the Young Lions playing in the Singapore Premier League has its critics, and in a fair argument you can see both sides of that coin. But Jacob Marler continues to impress, skippering the Young Lions. Mark Ryan Tan has had his moments. Nur Adam and Zamani have both tried to make things happen in midfield, and ultimately they've just been undone by a squad that has the greater strength in depth. I think it's as simple as that. Oh, that's a good ball through, but the flag's up again. There's about half a dozen offsides in the final couple of minutes of this one. No, Shafiq sends it long into the final 2 minutes of time added on. Abdil gets up and under it. Tajeli, just been caught out momentarily by Noor Adam. Can Tajeli recover? I think they've got the beating of Tajeli here. He's hassling and harrying. That's handball, is it? No, they play on. What a run that was. And somehow the ball doesn't go behind for a corner. I think poor old Tajeli struggling to even get up off the floor here. That's how tired he is. Meanwhile, the ball comes back to Adam Swandy, and there are 4 white shirts forward here. And one of them is Gabriel Quack, who's still running hard. Plazibat for his hat-trick. Flag stays down as Plazibat fancy 3. Oh, what a save, but it drifts it anyway. Gabriel Quack with a well-earned goal. Plazibat, to his credit, declined to go for his hat-trick and played in Gabriel Quack. And the Sailors make it 5 with one of the last kicks of the game. Harsh on the young Lions, who ducked and dived into the Sailors' penalty area just moments ago. I can tell you, poor old Tajeli is still down on his back, I'm assuming with cramp in the opposite end of the field. As we get a look back at Gabriel Quack. 2 goals in 2 games for Quack after getting on the score sheet against Albirex Nagata last week. And the Sailors are going to take this one by 5 goals to 0. The final 20 seconds here are going to be painful and a formality. One bright point, I think you can say, is Plazibat not thinking hat-trick there, thinking play his teammate in, because Gabriel Quack has been a large part of plenty of the goals that have been scored for the Sailors this season, including 3 of them tonight. As our referee, Jansen Fu, blows for full time. Well, after a first half where the Lion City Sailors still looked a bit rusty, they came alive in the entire 30 seconds of the second stanza. Jacob Marler turning the ball into his own net after great work from Gabriel Quack down the right-hand side. It might have been heartbreak for the young Lions to go behind so early in this second, having battled so well for most of the first, but it was only going to get worse from there. 20 minutes to go. Adam Swandy with a fine-headed finish made it 2 after good work by Stipe Plazibat down the right, and then Plazibat stepped up to get on the goal-scoring act himself, bundling in after good work by Adam Swandy before then converting a penalty, and the icing on the cake, an injury time goal for Gabriel Quack. So 5-0 and 4 different goal scorers for the Lion City Sailors. But Jacob Marler, as much as the headlines will be about that own goal that set the Lion City Sailors on their way, I think if you were going to be generous, you give that goal to Gabriel Quack, because it was that wonderful cross that put Jacob Marler under the pressure he felt to have to prevent Stipe Plazibat from getting there. All in all, the young Lions are soundly beaten. Some good individual performances, but the Lion City Sailors now are going to jump up to 5th in the Singapore Premier League with a chance to overtake Hougang when those 2 teams meet here on Wednesday. So let's have a look back at the highlights, and unsurprisingly, bearing in mind we've got to squeeze 5 goals and they all come in the second half. Sogo Yong, the new Singaporean PR, with a wonderful ball to play in Gabriel Quack, and a lovely ball across the face with the outside of the foot. Jacob Marler distraught to turn it into the back of his own net, but he didn't have any choice really, and we won't get a chance to show you it, but if you get a chance to look back at the highlights, see a wonderful clearance he pulled off with his head from inside his own 6-yard box. Could easily have turned out to be an own goal, that one, but it was down the right there with doing all the damage. Another wonderful pass. We're going to look at this from another angle, I think. I do apologise. Seem to have about half a dozen angles of all these goals now. We've got cameras everywhere. Look at this brilliant coverage. That was 1-0. For 2-0, Stipe Plazibat, his turn to go down the right, and have a look at this from a fine Adam Swandy headed finish. That made it 2-0 with 20 minutes still to go. And at this point, it looked to be a question of just how many the Lion City Sailors wanted to score, and the answer would be 3 more. Stipe Plazabat hang that one out brilliantly. No question of being offside with the man tracking Plazabat over on that far side, and Adam Swanley's first goal of the season. Then they would make it 3. Adam Swanley's turn to turn provider. Plazabat with a nice improvised finish for his first of the game. That made it 3. It has to be pointed out at this time the Young Lions were visibly tiring. A game that was goalless at half-time. The floodgates opened in the second stanza. Great finish from Plazabat. His quality, despite you feel having more in the locker there for all to see. And then a penalty conceded by Syed Akmal with Adam Swanley darting into the area. Stipe Plazabat with a chance to get 2 goals in 6 minutes. It was a chance they would step up and take, leaving Noor Shafiq with no chance with a penalty finish. So it looked destined to be 4-0, but then right on full time, they would make it 5. And Gabriel Quack, who got a goal in that 3-2 defeat last week against Albirex, played through by Adam Swanley. And how about this for selfless play from Stipe Plazabat? On a hat-trick, remember, holds it up, gets it back to Gabriel Quack, and his finish, well, not the most convincing, but Noor Shafiq had already committed, and after it hit his shin, the goalkeeper couldn't do anything to stop it hitting the back of the net. So the Lion City Sailors 5, Young Lions 0. Their goal difference goes to +4, which is almost as important as the points at this stage, bearing in mind this 14-game season could go right down to the wire. The Sailors are up to 5th. As for the Young Lions, they will now, assuming that Tanjung Pagar United have hung on to a point, which they have, by my mathematics, they'll now drop down to bottom place on the league table by virtue of goal difference. There are the stats: 33 shots to the Sailors, 7 to the Young Lions, but crucially just the one on target. Hassan Sunny barely had to break sweat throughout the course of the 90 minutes. And interestingly enough, after 5 yellow cards in the first half, none more in the second, which is nice to see. Lion City Sailors 5, Young Lions 0. So here's a roundup of the Week 7 results. Tampines Rovers beating Albirex in a great tactical display from Gavin Lee yesterday by 2-0. Tampines beating Albirex to send them back to the top of the table. Lion City Sailors up to 5th as the Young Lions drop to bottom, having been beaten here by 5-0. And a plucky point for Tanjung Pagar United as a Stipe Plazabat-less Howgang can only draw at Jurong East. And that point for Tanjung Pagar United is enough to take them off the foot of the table. Young Lions drop to bottom on goal difference. Lion City Sailors up to 5, and doesn't that set up our Wednesday games nicely? 3 matches this midweek. We've got the Sailors here against Howgang, the Stags against the Young Lions, who are surely going to be very tired after these exertions tonight at our Tampines hub, and Tanjung Pagar United are back at Jurong East taking on Geylang. 3 great games coming up for you on Wednesday, and you can watch them all live this season, remember, on Singtel Star Hub, the Singapore Premier League social media channel, and One Play Sports.